just gotta keep moving forward.
begins with our mission and values, a culture of innovation and collaboration, achieving a global perspective beyond the classroom, turning education and theory into practice, developing lifelong interests and connections, and striving to make a difference in our communities. Marist College.
At Villanova, we believe in community and in ourselves. We create, adapt, discover, and when confronted by uncertainty, we don't stand idly by. We never have. We get involved, lead by example, even when things are tough. Especially when things are tough. We take action because Villanovans are like that. Stronger together. Ignite change. Go Nova.
It begins with our...
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends and family beyond the binary, hello and welcome to more EGF Collegiate Overwatch action. My name, Warren Jungle God Hammond, and joined on the mic today by none other than Chef Billy. How are you doing today? You ready for this matchup?
I am. It's 75 degrees here in Southwest Missouri, and
really?
That's why I put the springtime Hanamura background on me here today. Got some banger matches today up later. Our third match of the day. Two of the top teams in our whole entire EGF stratosphere here in the Overwatch season. I mean, they're 10-2. They're going up against each other. We'll see that a little bit later. But first off the gate, we've got Marist College versus Villanova, the Wildcats. Sorry that I called you the Hoyas. I get Georgetown and Villanova mixed up so many times. Major apologies to all the Wildcats from Villanova out there. But today is hopefully redemption day for Villanova. They've got a 0 spot on the season, 0-12 in their matches. Is today going to be the day that they come out and get a W?
Well, they've got a tough opponent ahead of them today in Marist College. Marist, currently the number 2 seeded team in this tournament with a 10-1 record. So this is going to be quite the uphill battle for Villanova. But I've seen this crew many times throughout the EGF season, and they look better and better every time I see them. So I know they're going to bring their A game today, regardless of who they're going up against.
Yeah, I mean, I was really impressed with it last week, and we're going to start out here by taking a look at our map schedule for the day. This will be across all 4 of our matches. We're going to start in wonderful Lijiang, China. We'll go to Hollywood, Hanamura, Route 66, and Busan if they are needed. But, like you said, Villanova is going to have an uphill struggle here going up against the number 2 seeded team in the entire EGFC conferences. Woo! The Wildcats are going to be up against it, but I think, we saw glimmers of really good coordinated gameplay, especially cycling ults in the third game that we saw last week here on broadcast. So I'm hoping that they went back, they looked at the VOD, they kind of listened to what, at least what I was trying to theory craft around for them, because I think I put up some pretty good stuff there. And if they can get that coordination down, I think that they're going to have a much better chance, at least through the rest of the season. We're in week 13, baby. We only got like 3 or 4 more weeks to go.
Yeah.
It is go time right now.
That it is. These records, there's not going to be much movement one way or the other. So each of these teams is going to be fighting for every single inch they can get in the standings. And that is certainly not going to be any exception today with these two teams. Now, starting things out on Lijiang Tower, I always love going here. My favorite map in the game. Love it. And one of the things I like about it is the fact that you can see potentially a few different compositions. That's true for most control points or control maps, let's be honest, but I think it's particularly the case with Lijiang Tower. Got some of the strongest points for a wrecking ball composition or a 6-man dive, in addition to that brawl composition that we almost always see on Control Center.
Yeah, I mean, definitely the most brawl-centric of the maps. I think that Night Market is my favorite because this could be the most varied.
Yes.
I mean, you can go with a poke comp, with a Farad Echo, with D.Va kind of straggling around it, and swooping in and out where she's needed. You could also go the Symmetra Star and bring in Doomfist or a Junkrat and then just hold the point with turrets and mines. So, I mean, it's really up in the air, but we're going to start, it looks like, on Gardens here. So, what are the teams going to favor here? Are they going to go with the Symmetra stash? Symmetra can actually be played on every single map here in Lijiang, especially if you're wanting to get the element of surprise out on them and make point presence your most optimal beginning here. But we'll see. We'll see what they bring out here. Taze and Kane, I'm looking for them to work in connection with each other if they do run this zombie comp going on. The only thing that I'm kind of scratching my head about a little bit is the Moira into this. I would rather see a Baptiste, but we'll see how it works out for them.
Yeah, the 6-man dive that Marist is running, one of the stronger compositions that you can play here on Lijiang Gardens, that and the Wrecking Ball composition, I think are typically the way to go. Villanova gonna opt for the Brawl as they approach point. It's going to be both teams meeting at the same time. Nate the Cat looking for an early stun, not going to find it. And in fact, it's going to be Kane who takes them out of the fight. Hack comes in onto Zenz. That's going to keep Villanova from moving in and out quickly. Emerald already down. Myfris going down low as well. Villanova with a little bit of an advantage here now that they're going to have Tega coming, or rather Nate the Cat coming back into the fight. Myfris going down kind of low, but it's actually going to be Zenz who meets their demise first. Happy Sparrow gets hacked, and with that, Taze starts to pop off with that Tesla cannon. Tremendous damage coming in, and Marist turns that around in their favor.
I tell you what, Juggle God, that was a crucial hack that came out from Kane onto Happy Sparrow on the Baptiste.
Yeah.
Wasn't able to throw down that regenerative burst and wasn't able to throw out the lamp either. So, man, they're going to have to keep an eye out for Kane on this Sombra. Taiga was just rocketing in some tree trunks from the sides and ended up getting poked out at the end. But, whoo, big hack once again.
Massive hack, and on the back of the Coalescence, that's going to be Marist College destroying what was left of Villanova.
Oh my God. I mean, hacking them out once again, no chance for that immortality barrier coming out. So big moves coming out there. One ultimate used in that fight as well, Juggle God. So very, very economical push there.
Yeah, it certainly was, and now they're going to have the EMP. It's going to get stunned out, though. Not going to be able to come off right there. Nate the Cat doing a tremendous job. Dragon Strike thrown in now, but the self-destruct catches 4. Andrew with a hero play for Marist. That's going to be another hold for this college.
Okay, Andrew, we see you. Oh man, 3 ultimates put into that fight, and of course, you know, you mentioned the fact that there was the stun out of the EMP. Great awareness from Nate the Cat there on the McCree to be able to stomp that out, but still going in favor of Marist College. Let's see what kind of push Villanova can get here. Not much really to defend against this Shatter coming in from Myfris.
No, there's not. Taze is going to have to be on point. They're not going to get it, though. Shatter lands Kane out of the fight. Myfris able to take out Thunderkid as well, and with that, Villanova makes short work of Marist and takes their first possession.
Both tank ultimates out, though. It cost them both their tank ultimates, so now they're not going to have the Graviton Surge for the next fight. I mean, you could hold that with a Deadeye. You could wait for Taiga to get another Dragon Strike up on board. But, you know, they do flip the point at 87%, so definitely going to be in a last fight territory situation here for Villanova once Marist goes on there, and they're going to go in on tempo with the sound barrier.
That there, it's going to give them so much more staying power. Zenz was there to counter with their own sound barrier. The Deadeye has come out now, not going to be able to find anything. It is going to get Andrew
Oh
T
my
back,
God.
though. But Emerald with a massive Death Blossom. Got to be able to clear away Villanova. Now we are definitely in last fight territory.
Yeah, GG's go next on that one. That's a team kill.
Yeah.
Everybody off the side. They might be able to touch here with a couple of seconds left to go. It's going to have to rely on Zenz on this. Lucio got a bubble up for their trouble, but oh my gosh, the hack. Everything going Marist's way here on Gardens. And I tell you what, that's some fantastic work out of them. And now, you know, they're up 1-0 here in Lijiang Tower. We really got to see where we're going to next. I'm hoping that it's, yeah, for Villanova's sake, I'm hoping that it was going to be this because now we're going to get the Rhine mind games going on here. Blue Falcon, you know, I kind of commented on it a couple of times last week, Juggle God. The little bit stubbornness of sticking with the Zarya instead of running with the Diva. I'm seeing that once again. I think that they would be much better served running the Diva here to keep Happy Sparrow and Zenz alive.
Yeah, I think they would, especially since they don't have the Hanzo as well this time. They're going to have Tega on the Reaper, so you can combine for a Grav Blossom for sure. It's going to be Marist College making it to point first. They're going to take this much sought after high ground position, dropping to point though very, very quickly to meet Villanova as they try to get some space on point. Kane launching in these grenades. That's going to send a lot of players down low. Myfris with just a sliver of health going to be taken out by a swing of the hammer from Taze. A second swing, a third string going to take out a few more. And that's going to be Marist up with first possession.
You know why that worked there. It's because they had a Symmetra on their team and they got to point first, and they were able to dictate the terms of the fight there, Jungle God. So, I mean, look at the ultimate charges coming in for Marist. I mean, you've got 60% to tire already from Kane. You got 70% to shatter for Taze. This is going to be absolutely disgusting coming in.
That it will, especially with the Ant Matrix Fire Strike, deleting 3 players. Marist wins that fight almost before it starts.
And he licked the spawn door. So gold star to Taze for getting the spawn door touch there. That is disgusting. I mean, let's look at this. The beautiful wind scar coming through that window. Just slice and dice and you are done. Here it comes.
Woo! Yeah, that was nasty right there. Fight has broken out again in the choke right here. Shatter lays down several, and with a few swings of the hammer, Taze takes care of the rest.
That was disgusting in the most beautiful way, and I'm here for it. MTD should be spammed inside of the chat right now. We just crossed 50%. And we are on a 1 ultimate per fight battle right now, Jungle God. So the economy is absolutely there for Marist. Everybody's just going to hide from this tire and just waste more time. I mean, look at this. They're going to get at least 10% here just based off the fact that they pressed Q and nobody wanted to come out.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, though. They desperately need this fight win right here. Yeah, Shatter's online for Myfris, but Happy Spirit taken out early before they can get the Ant Matrix on. Self-destruct, you gotta find another. With that, Marist College is cleaning up once again, and now we are definitely in last fight territory for Villanova.
Oh my God, and Andrew is just bloodthirsty right now. Doesn't give a dang about anybody's abilities coming into these fights. And I mean, they've just held door here the entire fight, 95% with a window coming up. Oh, you're done.
Oh, another amp fire strike. Gonna land for Taze. Gets the charge into the back line. And with that, Marist goes up 1-0.
Woo! Man, the window and the photon barrier there, not allowing any damage to come through. Plus the amplified damage going through that is just scary. This has got to be either the shatter or the 3K wind scar through the window. No.
Oh, it's gonna be the shatter actually from Garden. So with the grab in tow as well, just allowing Myfris to swing through everything.
Yeah, that's disgusting. I mean, it's a beautiful combo there, and I mean, beautiful work coming into it. But man, they just did not have the wherewithal. They're lacking the Diva right now. The Diva would be able to mitigate so much damage coming in, especially, you know, getting in on top of those Symmetra turrets. They're on control center. I mean, they could have brought the Diva in, you know, unlimited fire, just peppering down those turrets coming out of Symmetra and slowing down Myfris on the Reinhardt. So, oh man, I want to see them at least try to pull the Diva out here, or pull a Sigma. Even a Sigma would be better here in this situation. Much more utility in the kit. You've got a stronger barrier. You've got the kinetic graphs to mitigate damage, and then of course we all know that Gravitic Flux is a fantastic ultimate to go into. So I mean, it takes you down to half of your HP that you were starting on. So there's different tanks that can go in here. I'd like to see a little bit of variation there in the off-tank role.
Yeah, I think that would be a benefit for sure. And, you know, speaking about tanks, I want to just call out Myfris right now, because Myfris has had some phenomenal charges. The charges from Myfris have been on point, and that is a tough ability to hit consistently. So I just wanted to call that out as something that I think was exceptional from that last map, from the main tank. I mean, and not only did he hit pretty much every charge I saw, but they were intelligently placed as well. They left him in a good position afterwards.
I'd agree about 9/10 of the way with that with you. A couple of those charges actually left his team a little bit unshielded, especially with the fragility of a Zarya bubble. Not much to protect him against it once he did do one of those, what I call YOLO charges. My coach used to tell me to unbind my charge key because I was in there on top of it. So, I mean, I feel Myfris, a player after my own heart. But sometimes you've got to make sure that it's the right situation to make the charge in. But You know, we're going to go into our next map here, and it's going to be Hollywood. And I tell you what, this is going to be looking a little bit wonky here, especially with a Zarya player. Unless they're going to bring out the D.Va here, you have to have the ability to go from high ground to low ground, and you can't do that with the Zarya as easily as you can with the D.Va.
No, you're going to be taking the stairs if you are if you're picking that Russian powerhouse in Zarya. Hollywood, like you said, has so much high ground here, and I think it really, it plays well into dive compositions or even a double shield, actually. I think a double shield can look very nice, especially on defense.
Yeah, I mean, you can run it double. You can run a double stacked defense, one on top of Cafe, one on top of the far or the near building.
Right.
You can do the split defense there. I've seen that happen quite a few times. I mean, even an Owl, a lot in contenders, you'll see it as well. With the Sigma on one side, usually carrying the Lucio for speed, and then the Baptiste over on the other side with the Orisa to be able to throw the Ant Matrix, should they be able to get that up pretty quickly. It's just going to depend on what Villanova decides that they want to do here on offense. Looks like they're going to stick with the Zarya. So, they're trying to run this rush comp, and I mean, the bubbles are just not going to get the same value that you would out of a D.Va in the same situation.
No, they're not, and in particular as well, since Ohm is on the Zen for Marist College, those Discord orbs are going to be brutal, and I feel like with the straight damage mitigation that you can get from a D.Va, that plays so much better than the Zarya as well. But we're going to see if Blue Falcon can make it work. The Graviton surges they've used have certainly been very beneficial so far. High ground being controlled by Marist College. They are on the double shield, so we're going to see a little bit of a split defense here. Going to have Emerald on the high ground, holding down Choke. And Villanova opting to play through Ticket Booth as well. We're going to see them start to push out here. Pool is going to drop them back just a little bit. Nice sleep onto Kane. Can they survive this? They're going to get the sticky bombs, but the bubble was there from Blue Falcon. Marist, though, in the meantime, dies since they didn't have that bubble to use for themselves. And with that, Kane is going to start to do some work. Emerald as well from the high ground. That's going to be Villanova falling back and trying one more time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the halts that are coming out from Taze are absolutely massive. And, the wherewithal for Kane to be able to stay up even after through the sleep. That's nasty combos coming out from Marist. So, Ohm almost has Transcendence Online. Vocal also is looking quite stacked here in the Baptiste department. So I'm looking for Dragons, especially if they go through Ticket Booth once again.
Yeah, exactly. That's gonna be a really, really good option for them, I think. Here comes the Dragon, though. That's gonna cause a lot of problems. Emerald good for 2 right there. Immortality Field converted, but the damage has already been done. Marist pushing forward to get these last few kills, and with that, Villanova has to try again.
I mean, look at Taze. So Taze is going crazy on this donkey horse. My favorite hero in the entire game. I make no bones about it. She is my main, and I will not hear any questions or comments on that. There we go. We see the swap happening right now. Marist going over to the D.Va. Blue Falcon bringing out the main tank now. So I'm looking for Kane to duplicate this D.Va and get a quick self-destruct.
Yeah, let's see if they're going to do that. They are hovering right over that Choke right there. We're going to get the Ant Matrix push through. Speed boost going to get many of the members of Villanova onto point, but with that supercharger online, that's going to be so much extra damage going in. I apologize if you can still hear me. My internet appears to have frozen at the moment, so I can't see exactly what's happening, but Marist College going to clean everything up once again off the duplication from Kane onto that Rhine.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that was a great duplicate. I was expecting the D.Va. We got the Rhine, got a shatter out of it, and just cleaned up the clock there once again. They did use 2 ultimates in that fight, so Supercharger and the duplicate used, but you still got both your support ultimates, and you're coming up very close on that Gravitic Flux.
Yeah, you certainly are. That Gravitic Flux, we talked about it before, can be absolutely devastating, as could this Ant Matrix from the high ground as well. Did a Supercharger last time, Ant Matrix this time. Villanova just can't catch a break with that. Even with the sound barrier, 2 players go down. They're going to try and continue to make this work, but this is all but over. High Noon committed by Natecat, not going to find anyone. And with that, Marist College holds again. We are rapidly approaching last fight territory here, Chef Billy.
Yep, and I mean, you still got Transcendence online. That's going to save you through the blizzard that's coming up from Villanova, and that's if Andrew doesn't eat it with the kinetic grasp. So
yeah,
you've got 2 ways to fight this next fight, and you've got the Gravitic Flux on your own, as well as a Dragon's maybe underneath it, the Parrot. Woo! This is going to be very scary for Villanova coming in.
Ooh, the sticky bombs land onto Nate the Cat. Villanova gonna be scared back a little bit, gonna wait until they get that respawn, but they're gonna have very few seconds to push on to point. They're gonna have to, never mind, they don't have the speed boost anymore. Zen's has swapped over to the Zen. To their namesake, 10 seconds left to go. They have to push now. We're gonna see the wall come out. That's gonna allow them to get the point. Gravitic Flux gonna catch 2, one of which goes into an ice block. Andrew already able to take Happy Sparrow out of the fight. Without those big heals, it's going to be up to Zen's to keep them alive, but that is too tall of an order right now. Transcendence in from home. That's going to seal the deal. 1 player left from Villanova. Marist on the Diva. Self-destruct going to come in. Not going to do anything. And with that, Marist holds full on first.
Oh my gosh, that was just a disgusting defense that came out from Marist there. They just Villanova just didn't have the tip of the spear to break it. And the split defense, like I called it in the beginning, that is exactly what you want to do. If you're going to run the double shield, you hold both high grounds and you just funnel everybody into your death trap. That is a kill zone and a half. So 1 tick to take the second point here for Marist. I'm very interested to see what they come out with here. I'm wondering if they're going to run a double bubble, especially with Taze, how we saw them on the Winston on Garden. I mean, if you run the double bubble here, that's going to be Dunsky very quickly.
Yeah, it certainly will be. That could be such a devastating composition, but it appears Marist is flirting with the double shield again. We'll talk about that in a couple minutes. Meanwhile, Villanova absolutely going for that double shield composition on defense, and I like this. They're gonna have Nate the Cat also on the Echo with a Mercy in tow.
Well, I mean, the Mercy will get you a person back. Damage boosting probably for the Nate the Cat as well. Those sticky bombs could be even more lethal with that going on. So, there's definite opportunities here. You've got the mid-range poke from Taiga on this McCree or this Cassidy as well. Oh, gosh, I just went back to my old days there. But, it happens. But,
it happens occasionally.
Yeah, so, I mean, they're going to have some mitigation. They're going to have a little bit of double CC here with the accretion and with the flashbang. So there are opportunities for them here. Really, the vision's going to be seen by Emerald. They're going to let loose with that and know exactly where they're holding.
Yeah, they're going to be all grouped up on the high ground this time. Nobody on Cafe. Going to see the duel happening in the sky. Kane without a support in tow, though. They're just going to have that Harmony Orb on them, if anything, from Zen. Blue Falcon going to be good for a pick on the Vocal, and that is a great way to start things out for Villanova. Just take out their heals, take out their big source of heals right off the bat. Kane gonna find Happy Sparrow though, so now Nate the Cat doesn't have that pocket anymore, but they have taken out Kane. Villanova doing an excellent job here, but Marist College has already pushed on the point, and now the picks starting to go their way. Can they hold on? Emerald with just 6 health. It looks like Villanova might hold, but no! Tremendous picks coming in now from Marist. They're able to get them off the back of some huge DPS play. Now we've got a couple members back from Villanova. They're going for the res. They don't get it. Happy Sparrow, a sad Sparrow this time around. And with that, just a couple more staggers coming in from Villanova, but they're not going to get there in time, and Marist goes up 2-0.
Oh, I mean, that was just a good push. And I mean, both Emerald and the and Ohm on the Zenyatta, 15 and 6 health respectively, and they just absolutely crushed it between the two of them. We saw Ohm get the mini health pack there in the building, but look at this, just swing, Merry Christmas. There you go, bye done.
Beautiful play coming out from Kane right there. I love seeing the echoes drop from the sky as a Reinhardt. It's one of my favorite things. I don't play DPS, but when I do, I almost always play Echo. Simply to get back onto tanks. So,
Me too.
So I love seeing that kind of play, and it just makes me happy. Well, Chef Billy, we are headed into match point here for Villanova. They have to come away with a win here, but we're going to take a short break before that, just to give the players a little time to regroup and give ourselves at the booth maybe a chance to grab some water. So don't go anywhere. We will be right back. Villanova down and out at the moment. 0-2 is the scoreline for them. Marist College, a tremendous force in this EGF league, gonna be taking the lead right now as we head into our third and potentially final map, Chef Billy.
Yep, Hanamura coming up here. They have switched sides according to our wonderful producer Eon, so thank you very much. So we will see Marist coming out on the offense first. So what am I expecting from Villanova here? I mean, there's different ways that you can handle this here. I mean, you can run some Symmetra here. You can run a Bastion here. You can bring the May into Bear here. You can also bring a Pharah. And if you want to do a little bit of long-range poking, kind of deny the first choke point there. But once the thin tip of the spear comes in, that's where the real fight happens on the point. I mean, we usually say for a lot of these competitions that first point is usually a given, and then TCP rears its ugly head on point B, and then you see a lot of second point full holds. So it depends on what the composition is that they're going to run out here on the defense. We'll take a look right now. Villanova, once again, going to be on the defense here. So it looks like they're going to bring out a little bit of May Torb, and I don't hate that. You're going to have the ability to track around a little bit. Also, ice walls are going to block up some of those choke points. Double shield coming out for them, so I do like this. They've gotten away from the Zarya. That is primo for me. Little bit greedy of a backline. I think Happy Sparrow will be able to keep them up, but they're going to have to really focus down those discorded targets to be able to get the worth out of the Zen that you're getting from Zens.
Indeed, indeed. Marist College gonna roll out with a brawl, not unexpected here. Likely gonna see a TP to point, which means Villanova's gonna have to rotate very fast with this double shield composition. I wouldn't be surprised to see them give up 2 ticks before they really start to try and contest the point, as that brawl composition gonna have a distinct advantage. Brawl not gonna go straight to point. Villanova set up right there, so anticipating the TP coming out, they're just gonna stop it before it even starts. Emerald taking a little bit of damage now, but they're able to take out the turret from Nate. That's one less thing they have to worry about, but Nate takes them out just as quick. So Marist College looking a little rough on this first attack. That beam, though, from Kane is fully charged. They're going to drop down past those shields and start dealing tremendous damage into them. Myfris falls quick. There's the Immortality Field. It's out and done. And with that, Marist takes the first point on their first push.
Oh, that is a disgusting amount of damage. And that microwave beam, when it gets to level 3, and you know it, Sim goes burr. And they're going to be able to go very quickly across here. They're going to have Shatter and the Amp Matrix to go through, so they can actually take this point over with over 5 minutes left on the clock.
They certainly could. This is that dreaded snowball situation you see if you were the defense, where that first fight won gives that winning team ultimates to set up the next fight win. They've already got 2 ticks on the board. Shatter going to be thrown down a little bit early by Taze, but they're still going to swing their hammer and find some value. O's keeping Marist up from the back line, and with that, what Villanova was hoping wouldn't come to fruition, it does in fact. And Marist gets 5:32 on the clock for their attack.
And they just did not rotate the point fast enough. They were up there on the high ground, and I don't think they anticipated the fact that Marist was just going to take the point and let them come to them, and that's exactly what happened. So they are definitely up against it here, my friend. That was one of the quickest takes I've seen in quite a while here on Hanamura. But there are still options for Villanova to get themselves back into this series. They've just got to take it fast. They've got to be brutal. They've got to be decisive in their team fights. And I think, bringing the May into Bear there, I loved it. I mean, because they were doing what they needed to do, cordoning off the members of Marist away from the healers. There just wasn't the follow-up damage, which you would need a Cassidy for in that certain situation, especially mid-range. Being able to flashbang and CC and then everybody collapses on that target. I also think they lacked with a lot of healing as well, because they just didn't have what they needed to be able to boost and speed out of all those tricky situations that they were in. So, maybe personnel changes need to be looked at, but we'll see what they can do here on their offense.
That we will. Villanova gonna be tasked with something pretty difficult here. 5:32 on the bank for Marist College. They need to finish with time, right? At least over a minute. Otherwise, it's gonna be only a draw possibility for them. But first, they have to get through first point, and we're gonna see how effectively they can do that. They're going to opt for the brawl, but no Symmetra in sight for them. Andrew gets a quick peek of what they're running out on. Backs up to the shield, able to get in a little bit of damage there as well as they try and push in. Maywall comes up from Tega to try and keep them at bay. Nice anti-nade comes in from Ohm, and with that, Villanova falls.
Good grief, that was decisive. Look at
Yeah.
Ohm's ult charge as well. Already over 50% in one team fight. That is astronomical for an Ana player. So fantastic work there. Now it's all about mitigating the damage coming in, and I'm liking what I'm seeing from Andrew. Andrew's been flitting from top to bottom, really taking all that spam damage that's been coming in and really working it hard.
Tay is going a little bit aggressive there, maybe a little too aggressive for my taste, but they're getting the job done. We're gonna have the nano boost now committed onto Taze, and they're gonna start pushing forward with that rocket hammer with impunity, taking out everybody in their sight. Blue Falcon barely able to escape with their tail between their legs.
Oh gosh, and I mean Kane is also being very, very thorough with the cleanup there coming through. Taze has Shatter already now, so we did see the nano invested in that last fight. Dragons are going to be able to separate them as well. Man, I'm not sure what to do here. If I'm Villanova, I think that you've got the right composition, minus the diva. Once again, I'm going to say it, that they need to be very, very mindful of coming in here.
That they do. They're getting poked from the back line, though, by Emerald, able to find the main tank. Myfris out of the fight. Taze is good for another, and with no main tank and no support for your team, that's going to be everyone from Villanova falling again.
Kane is just lethal on this May as well. So, I mean, we're looking at, you know, a pretty dire situation here for the Wildcats of Villanova. Blizzard available into this next fight. Nothing to mitigate against it. Zenz does not have their sound barrier up yet. The only thing that's going to keep you up is that immortality barrier. Oh no, Kane.
Ooh,
Run.
Kane in a tough position. They're going to get pushed pretty hard. Villanova has that sound, speed boost as well, so they are able to close that gap on them quickly. Emerald now once again in the back line with this Dragon Strike. They're going to launch it right here. It's going to catch so many unawares. They're going to be separated quite a bit. They're able to get a little bit of damage in onto some of these members as they start to scatter. Taze good for a pick onto Myfris. No main tank. And once again, Happy Sparrow Balls. This is the exact same recipe and formula that we saw last time from Marist. Emerald will fall to Nate the Cat, but the damage is already done.
Yep, and I mean, this is just cleanup right now, and you've got to get your members out and reset at first choke point. And Andrew's going to have the self-destruct as well. So a lot here riding on Marist. They've got almost a full six-pack, or they've got a four-pack right now. There's a Shatter coming out early.
Oh, it's going to get stunned, though. Not going to land this time around. Happy Sparrow good for a pick onto Thunder Kick. Good for a pick onto Happy Sparrow. Blizzard comes in. Graviton Surge as well. That's going to group up so many members, but the kills still coming in favor of Marist College. They're able to deal with all that damage and CC incredibly well.
Oh, this is just a kill box once again. Juggle. They've caught every single rotation that Villanova's tried to do. I mean, the fact that they got the Shatter block, fantastic for them, but they could not handle the sound, the beat, and the nano coming through from Ohm. So yeah, back to the drawing board. 23 seconds left on the clock.
This is last fight territory now. This is the do or die moment for Villanova. They have to come away with a fight win here. Otherwise, this series is over. Blizzard going to be committed by Kane, and with that, 2 picks already found. There's nothing Villanova can do. Myfris falling by the wayside, taking the last player standing, making a last moment desperate attempt to push the point, but no one can even touch. And Marist wins the series 3-0.
I mean, it was David versus Goliath, and this time Goliath actually took the win. I mean, not an unexpected result, but still, I saw great signs of life that came out from Villanova yet again. So, I mean, they're definitely building upon what they've been needing to do, and I mean, I'm here for it.
Absolutely.
Taze just went ham there. There's no other way to put it.
Yeah, Taze was incredible. Earlier when I called out Myfris for their good charges, it was my mistake. It was actually Taze that I was trying to refer to there. So I want to just make sure I make that correction and give Taze the credit that I think he deserves for some just fantastic play on the Reinhardt today. Well, Chef Billy, why don't we take a quick break and then we'll see what's cooking for an interview, who we're going to bring in today. So don't go anywhere. We will be right back to talk to one of Marist College's teammates. Hello, we're back, everybody, and we have got Kane from Marist College here to answer a few questions for us about the match that we just saw. First off, congratulations again, Kane, on a well-deserved win today over Villanova.
Thank you. We played our hearts out, but and obviously we respect all the teams that we play just as much as others. We practice hard so that we can play harder in our games.
Absolutely. Well, it shows. You all are a tremendous force here in EGF. Second place team right now in the seeding, but I want to ask, I'm going to shift gears just a little bit here right off the bat and ask you a little bit about an event that you have coming up for Marist College. You're going to be traveling to Atlantic City, I hear, for the MAC Championships next week.
Yeah. So we're going to Atlantic City. It's going to be really fun as a team, both for competitive reasons and just for team reasons, because we're all going to be on the same bus, in working at the same hotel, and going out to eat and obviously playing together at some point. But it's going to be a really great experience, not only for, I'm a freshman, so I'm new this year, but I know it's the first in-person event for a lot of other players on the team as well.
Well, being in person is going to be a lot of fun, but let's talk about your gameplay today. You mentioned that you live not too far from Villanova. You actually know a lot of people that go there. What was it like going up against maybe some people that you know? Did you know anybody from the Villanova squad?
I don't know anybody on the Villanova esports teams, but I know some people that are mostly freshmen because they're in my graduating class. I'm not sure how many freshmen are on the esports team for Villanova, but unfortunately I don't know any of them personally on the esports team, but everyone's really friendly, so we get along regardless.
That's awesome. Now let's talk about gameplay. You guys showed quite a few different varying comps. The DPS was disgusting, by the way. I just want to mention that. Taze as your main tank makes a lot of space, either on the Orisa or the Winston or the Reinhardt. What is your guys' favorite game, composition to play? Because you guys look comfortable on so many different ones.
I would say we're pretty comfortable with Brawl, even though it's not necessarily the most exciting to play always, and people recognize that often, but Tim definitely works hard to make sure that he comms well and make sure that we're moving together as a team, that nobody's left alone to fight for themselves, and that we're always focusing the same targets. So like on Hanamura, when I was on Sim on the attack round, we were able to sort of push ourselves in through the back and do some sneaky, but it was still Brawl at the end of the day, so.
Yep.
Brawl day long, that's what I like to say. It's such a great composition, works very, very well. Last thing I want to ask you before we let you go, do you have any shout outs you'd like to give? Teammates, friends, family, whoever?
I'd like to shout out our captain, Tim, Taze, and then my parents, Kate and John. So That's about it.
Gotta love to have the support from the family. It's fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Kane, for coming in here today to chat with us for a few minutes. Appreciate you taking that time. Congratulations again, and good luck in the rest of the season and at the MAC Championships next week.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Well, Chef Billy, you and I are going to take a little break here, but we've got another exciting match coming up right after this. We've got Ryder versus RIT, and I am ready for it. Any final words before we send it to a break, Chef Billy?
I tell you what, Marist is somebody to be looking forward to when we get into the championships. I'm expecting a deep run from them. If I have my dithers about me, I think that we could see a Colorado versus Marist grand final in the championships, and I would not be sad in the least because it's got two of my favorite teams here in the EGF, the Buffaloes from Colorado, and of course Marist. I like the smaller colleges because they work so hard and they really show up with the results. So. Woo, man, this is going to be a great ending to our season. Just a few more weeks left. Oh, my God.
I know. I can't believe it. I'm going to miss it so much when it's gone. It's going to be a long wait till next fall when we see it again. But we still have a few more weeks to enjoy it. So let's throw it to a break real quick, Chef Billy. We'll get the next teams in here. We'll start that broadcast up just as quick as we can. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back soon.